Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, a very happy jewelry nerd. I'm literally just playing in jewelry in this video. I'm not even sure this needs to be a video, but I'm a well-rounded nerd. And one of the things I love are jewelry and accessories. And since I do a lot of SCAing, I used to do a lot of cosplay, which I have a lot of cosplay costumes, which I still do that once in a while. Most of my garbing now is very SCA focused. So I've been out collecting jewelry that goes with my persona. So let's have fun with jewelry. So you may have seen this before. I'll bring my microphone a little bit closer to me. I never know what to do with my mic. Like I never know like where it should be. Because I'm loud, but I also sometimes it gets scratchy. I'm gonna set it right here. I set it here. No, that's not good. I suck at sound. I'm terrible at it. Here, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna clip it. I'm wearing a workout clothes today because she gyms. Okay, anywho, you may have seen in previous videos that I was fortunate enough to receive this fantastic hand-carved jewelry box. One of the guys in our SCA household made this, and we do a white elephant / dirty Santa party every year. There's one I go to for our province. There's one I go to for my household. This came from the household party, and we all get really excited because his SCA name is Seamus, and he is like the most amazing woodworker that ever existed. Like he can walk by a tree and it will fall over and be a table. He's that great. I wish I was joking. Like he's amazing, and I know a lot of woodworkers, including my husband in the SCA, and he's good. And my husband's best friend is really good. But it's like wow. And by the way, these are leggings, so don't get weird. They're just crisscrossy right here. But yeah, my husband on the way home from that Christmas party messaged me because I was staying with my previous fur baby. He wasn't doing too good, so I didn't go to the party. But he took the gift that I made, which was a Lord of the Rings themed chess set that I hand painted. It was really nice. I'm trying to think of what I want to do this year. I want to do something equally nice. And he said that the person who won it really likes it and, really enjoys the chess set. They're a big chess player. So they're like, yeah. So I was like, so what did you end up getting? He said, I got a box. I was like, okay, great. I'm thinking like a little square box because that's what I got in one of the last parties. And I was happy with it because she's always collecting jewelry. So I'm like, yay, another jewelry box. All that is an excuse to buy more jewelry. Then he walks in with this. And I literally start going into mini convulsions. I'm like, you got the Seamus box. Because everybody be fighting over these gifts. Because in the SCA, part of the joy of it in that we are keeping these arts alive is that people make stuff like this. He said it took him 2 days to make this. Just so you can get like a whole picture of how amazing this thing really is. And there's the bottom drawer. So there's a big drawer here. Let's see. Well, I'm not doing great. Angles. So there's a huge drawer right down here. And then there are these two middle drawers. Cool. And then these. Now, here's the thing. It hinges right here. And there's like a little setting table. This folds, which is fantastic, but you can probably tell the stuff that I've already got in here kind of jiggles around. So I feel like I need to do something better. So she has some pluck foam she's going to cut and then some new jewelry. And we're just going to talk SCA while I do that. So as you can see, it is a beautiful piece. And so I'm actually going to lean it elsewhere because I've got it open and it wants to lean backwards and sit on this carpet. It's not perfectly stable. So here's drawer number one, which is great. And this is the pluck foam I put in there at first, but it's not, its stuff is still sliding around because this is smaller than the drawer. And I've got some really cool old pieces in here and some new SCA pieces. So we're going to look at jewelry and play in jewelry while I'm here. So here's what's funny. Some of the stuff that I've designated SCA jewelry is stuff I've collected over the years. I've been collecting jewelry for, I don't know, how old am I? 43? At least 25 years. Now, when I was younger, Homegirl was very much a goth chick. And I did mostly goth jewelry. Like my high school years was very much goth chick. I don't know what I was in middle school. I was just a kid. And I know she got muscles, right? If we go SCA or swing swords, upper body strength matters. Getting But get in the gym lifting weights. The hardest part though is your tricep. That's like one of the hardest muscles to train, but I'm working on it. Because Taekwondo for so many years is very lower body focused. She can kick through a wall. She's working on this. I'm very proud of my progress so far. I'm building lots of muscle. Anywho, like when I was in my teens, I was a goth chick. So I had a lot of goth jewelry. I really don't have much of that anymore. I had a lot of alchemy jewelry, Emily Strange, stuff like that. But over the years, I've either gotten rid of it or given it away. It's not my jam anymore. If it's still your jam, good for you. I had my goth days. I was a very cute goth girl. And then one day I found out I got more free drinks being girly than being gothy. And then the change happened. I wish that was a joke. But yeah, I went from black and purple to like pink and teal being my favorite colors. So, people grow and change. It's okay. You're not meant to be the same forever always. But like what's interesting is when it comes to my jewelry, my action figures, stuff that I intentionally collect, I can tell you exactly when, where, how, and who, and why that piece existing in my life. Like these two earrings. There's not always two, because I've got some that are single earrings, like they clip here and then like go down through a lobe hole. I'm in an ear piercing process. I got this guy about 2 months ago, and he's starting to get to the point where he feels good and I could put headphones on, which means it's time to pierce the other side. Somebody told me that when I got the second holes in my lobes that I would go on a piercing spree, and I was like, nah, I just want second holes. They weren't wrong, because I want to get a matching one on this side, but I kind of want it asymmetrical. So I'm just trying to decide if I want to get like a permanent gold or silver hoop here or higher up here. We'll figure that out later. But anyway, these guys I've had since I was about 18, 19 when I worked in the mall. And what's really cool about them, these came from Journeys. I don't know if you can tell. Not Journeys. Earthbound Trading Company. Journeys is a shoe store. Earthbound Trading Company is where I got these. Which, if you've never gone into Earthbound, they've got some cool stuff in there. Unique finds. But, you're not going to find these anymore because these are 20 years old. But I've had these for that long. I take good care of my stuff if I like it. And if something is no longer serving me, I have no problem giving things away. She tried to give away a one-page rule set for her 5,000 subscriber special, but my contest winner never claimed their prize. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm putting together a set for NashCon. I'm going to be hosting an Aeronautica beginner game. And so I'm painting some new planes. I am going to print out some scenery. I think I might give that away as a prize. And then try the one-page rule set again and actually make it better with 2 full sets of figures completely painted, full set of scenery painted, tokens, everything painted, not just printed, and give that away for 10,000 subscribers. But for my 7,500, which NashCon is in August, so if we get to 7,500 by August, I'll be giving away what I print and paint for NashCon. So get me there. And if we get the 10,000 by Christmas, I will paint the one-page rule set. Absolutely. Give me a reason and I'll do it. Anywho, but these came from Journeys. And they're very much in the aesthetic of we're from the continent. And I love it. Y'all know Africa is a continent, not a country. Because of my subscribers. No geography. But yeah, so my persona in the SCA is North African, Moroccan, 13th century. And I really love the SCA because part of what gets us into learning history and crafts and the different arts, which for me is primarily martial arts, but I'm very much into cooking arts as well, is for me, I'm investigating that part of history and put my persona there because I don't know if you can tell, but she grew up socialized in a certain way. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wasn't responsible for my childhood. But as an adult, going back and doing more investigating to, my ancient past has been really empowering. Especially as someone who either, I have no problem wearing my fro out. I've got beautiful hair. I just don't like combing it. It's pain. So I braid it up quite a bit, and I braid it up with color because I like color. Obviously. But, getting connected with the history of where I come from has been really, really cool. Like one of the things we did at the Black Fae event a few days ago on the weekend was one of the knights from my province, Sir Idris, which he gave me the whole history of his name, which was really, really cool. We actually wrote our own battle poems about ourselves and introducing ourselves when we walk onto the field. And it had us really think deeply about the why and how we want to be remembered and how we want to present ourselves and why we do what we do. It was really cool. And the more I got into it, I'm just like, yeah, like it just, like it sparks something. Like for my persona, because it is North African, a lot of my fighting garb is fighting garb, okay? She a woman. I got to buy stuff that fits girls because girls are built different. um, so my fighting garb is what it is. And my husband's best friend gave me a tunic this past weekend because, yeah, so I'm really excited. I got another tunic for fighting, and I'm going to wear it this week for fighting practice. Anyhow, I digress. But a lot of my garb, summer garb mostly, because everyone's Viking in the winter because it's cold. All right, a wool dress is it in the winter. But my persona's garb is very much abayas, caftans, head coverings, and reading more about history and, just looking at the beauty of some of the textile arts that come out of North Africa. So very colorful, which she's a color girl, eh? You want to see a colorful country? Go to Morocco. They love them some color. All right. Just some of the mosque. There's a mosque out there. I forget the name of it, but it's like blue. It's called the Blue Mosque. Go look it up. It's insane. um, but the first time I decided to do that kind of garb with the jewelry, like the reason I told you about these earrings is I bought these 20 years ago, but when I was going through my jewelry and trying to identify what should go in the jewelry box, these stood out immediately. It was like, oh yeah, these look regal queen of the Nile-ish. Yes, I know Egypt and Morocco are not the same country. But when I put on a caftan and I did a hair wrap and the right jewelry, like it almost makes you feel different. Like just the look. I think I've posted some pictures of one of the weekends when my husband, I think it was the coronation that was held up in Tennessee. He's in Burgundian garb. I'm in African garb. It looks like I'm supposed to look this way. Like it's very empowering. And I don't know if you can tell from my energy in the screen, but I'm very much enjoying this aspect of the SCA that is so positive, empowering, celebratory of all of these beautiful cultures. That I say it over and over. Humanity is a beautiful tapestry, and each thread that is you, that is me, that is we matters to make the entire picture. And I'm learning more about that picture, and it's really great. Now, when it comes to jewelry, it can be a little difficult because I do know that there's one lady in town, an artist who does import gold from Africa, and she makes jewelry. Lovely lady who incidentally is Moroccan. She's wonderful. She actually asked me where I was from. I'm like, girl, do you not hear this country accent? Where do you think I'm from? But thank you. um, but I am going to get some pieces from her because her piece. I'm gonna see if she'll let me do a little video in her shop because she's extraordinary. But she has some beautiful pieces I will be collecting as time goes by. But I'm very much leaning into an aesthetic versus history right now. So when I'm looking for jewelry online, I'm literally asking the bot, hey, what represents this region and period in time. And sometimes I've got really good hits, and sometimes it's like, that's very costumey, but I'm gonna get it anyway. So be aware. Like these, a friend of mine gave me for Christmas probably 15 years ago, but they hit the mark. So they go in the earring section. So I'm thinking this actually needs to be for earrings. I've got like bracelets mixed up in there. This is heavy. Isn't it great? Love it. Some beautiful jewelry out of Asia and Africa. Like some of my favorite jewelry aesthetics come out of Asia and Africa. I knew a person who owned a really cool store in Nashville. I don't think her store's there anymore, but she used to make earrings. Come on. Like, these are not period earrings, obviously, but they definitely hit the feeling. And sometimes when you're trying to put your garb and your jewelry and all that together, sometimes you have to go with the feeling over accuracy because it takes a lot of research. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get real Moroccan jewelry. Well, except for person I found, but her stuff is real, so I'm having to save up for it. It's worth it though. But if you go to like festivals and stuff, you can come across, all these artists who do bespoke work, like this one that I'm untangling. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to do better by these necklaces. Like this one I originally got to go with my Viking garb. But now that I look at it next to the other jewelry that I call, more in that African feel, North African feel, it really feels like it goes with stuff like this. And again, some of this is very much costume jewelry, some of it's real. But like this is really cool. So there are artisans locally that make jewelry, and one Christmas, one of them did a gift card to like his shop where he would do a custom piece for you. And my husband won that and had these custom made. So I'm the only person that has these earrings. Aren't they gorgeous? Come on. So these go in my SCA jewelry, not because they're period, but because they came from the SCA. So that kind of jewelry goes in here too. Like I've got these earrings that kind of fit my Viking vibe, like Yggdrasil. I have a Yggdrasil necklace here that I'm pulling out. So this is a Yggdrasil necklace. Do you know what Yggdrasil is? It's the tree of life. But I found these. This came from a local artist. These came from the internet. So, it's interesting because I end up putting together sets over time that were not purchased together at all. However, uh, because I'm really good at remembering, like if I've seen something, I'll remember it forever. If I have physically seen it, like when my husband loses something, he always asks me because if I have physically seen it, I know where it is. Like I can compartmentalize that way. Probably what makes me a good trainer. Um, but I'll remember like he bought me because he didn't go to Black Faye. Him and his best friend and a couple of other our friends, they went to the Atlanta Renaissance Festival while I was out getting my butt whipped. I was, and we all had a good time. It's the kind of stuff I enjoy. I'm not even going to pretend I didn't have a good time. I did. It was great. But with that, I said, if you see some jewelry that speaks to you, get it for me. And for Christmas last year, he got me these really cute little butterfly earrings that were like in silver. Just I prefer silver to go white, silver and white gold to yellow gold. That's just a personal preference. Looks real good on my skin. But I'm finding out with like the North African thing that like yellow gold is it. So I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. Haven't invested in the real stuff yet because it's not been my jam, but we'll see. As I continue to evolve. But he got me a necklace there. And he forgot what these earrings look like. But he knew it was a butterfly necklace and I'd like it. And he got it for me. He brought it to me and said, this matches those earrings. He's like, how do you remember this stuff? I'm like, because I do. So now I got a little matching set that were bought 5 months apart. No, y'all, 6 months apart. It's almost June. Anywho, this is a fake nose ring that I don't know how to wear, but I feel like it's appropriate. I'm not going to shove that up my nose right now. But let's start looking at other things. So this obviously is costume jewelry. But can you see the vision? You see the vision? And it came with some really nice earrings that can work for multiple looks that I have dropped somewhere. There they are. There's one and two. So all the earrings I feel like need to go in this tubby right here. So look at these. So it came with these, right? But then again, I also got, I have so much jewelry. You can't wear all that. Sure can't. I'll give it a good old college try though. There we go. I got this separately beaded. Is this, again, this is not a bespoke piece of jewelry. I have bespoke hand beaded jewelry from the Yucatan. I have a bunch of it that was made by indigenous people. That stuff gets broken out on special occasion because it's hard. I can't replace it unless I physically go get it again. So I like to have replacements. I like to have, like, like I've heard that celebrities who have like $20,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million rings, like engagement rings, they have like a fake version or a cheaper version of it made for being out and about. That way, if somebody tries to snatch it off them, they can get the real thing. This is my version of that because my hand beaded flower necklaces are very precious to me. I do wear them to church and on dates. They ain't for every day. This I can wear all the time. And that's part of the reason I do like costume jewelry is because you don't feel bad if something happens to it. It's like, well, that's a thing. But yeah, so these actually, I wore this yesterday with my outfit, and it works beautifully together. So I like things that are multifaceted, but then I saw these earrings, again, just costume jewelry, but look at these. Still the kind of the same color palette, right? And I know, like a hanging earring and an afro, like, come on. Um, and as I started putting together more and more looks, more and more jewelry, I realized that I was really enjoying this, well, there's not another word, this regal feeling of being in clothing and jewelry that was made by people who look like me, for people who look like me. And there's no shade in that. Like when we were in Iceland, and I'm a celebrator of culture. I love people so much. Like, look at these. Come on. How fun is that? Jingle, jingle. And I have this anklet, Cushy Jingle. I have a few versions of garb because not all parts of North Africa are ultra conservative, but and the bio look good on me. I'm not even gonna pretend it don't. I look fire in it. Um, but when we were in Iceland, there were a few people that we saw who, of course, were native to Iceland. I heard. I've heard tell of some folks trying to immigrate to Iceland. I'm like, they don't want you. They got a good thing going over there. When we were heading to our first Airbnb on that trip, and they had the big sheep roundup going. Everyone's up on horses. The young, the middle, the senior, they're all doing it. There was one lady standing to the side of the road with her child, and she looked like she walked out of a magazine. Like she just stepped out of time, and she had these perfect braids and locks, like like her hair like braided into a perfect mohawk, and you could tell she'd been growing her hair for since God was a boy, and it was stunning. She looked perfect. I was like, you don't look real. And there was a guy at a restaurant that we ate at on our second to last night there. Same thing. He had his hair in that traditional style, amaze balls. And it was like, that was made for you because that came from your blood. That came from in here. Like when I've spent a lot of time hanging out in Mexico, and I hope to do more in the future. But when I've gone to events where they put on traditional dress and dance and sing, and plus, I love me a colorful culture, and you ain't gonna find more color than anywhere in Spanish and Portuguese speaking countries. Okay. All right. That's where all the color is, but just the joy of expression and the joy. And I'm like, I love that the SCA promotes studying and sharing culture to see all of these beautiful things. And at the same time, let me step back and go, wait a minute, I come from really cool culture too. And I want to study that and share it with other people. So the SCA has been a really cool journey for me, especially as a big muscly girl. Taekwondo was great for me, but that journey is probably just not going to be part of my life anymore. Um, you know, but I don't regret because where I am now in a place where being a big muscly girl is celebrated, where I can lean into my strength and I can lean into, femininity or masculinity. Nobody cares because they just celebrate me the way I am in the moment it is. Like I'm really into it. Am I pushing the SCA pretty hard? Yes, I am. But aren't these just, come on, they look like they were made for me. These are great. They go in the earring bucket. I'm getting down to the last of the earrings. I keep talking too much, but y'all know what you came for. So these are fun. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I didn't buy them because they were authentic. They feel heavy. I don't typically like to wear heavy earrings, but if I need to dress up for an event we're at, like say it is coronation or something, well, she got to come correct. you don't go to Coronation. Like our next event we're going to is Artsy Crown. And basically what that is the next crown tournament. And they're also going to have an art exhibition and contest as well. That's why it's called Artsy Crown. And I won't get to fight at that event. I was asking if they did pickup fights, which means, you know, to the side, people who want to fight and aren't part of the competition, just go fight. But they don't do that there because people there are competing for the top job. So she dressing up. Y'all gonna get pictures next weekend of Artsy Crown garb. I feel like I dropped some earring backs and they're going to end up in the vacuum cleaner. These are Arabic crescents that I can clip in my hair like when it's braided or even break out locks from here. So that's going to be really pretty. They're going to go in the earrings because they're loose. This is a slide down and then go into, but I probably right now would need to do it on this side. So stuff like this I might have to change as I keep adding holes in my head. In your head, down there. Okay. Earring back. I threw these in here somewhere. Well, they're in there now. I got a loose little collection of bracelets I'm probably going to give to a kid because I thought these were going to be bigger than what they turned out to be. These are for a child. And I have some actual African bangles that I got at the African Street Festival at TSU, Tennessee State University, a while back. Like when I say a while back, I mean a decade. Okay, like she ain't young. I was at the Costco yesterday, and I was checking out. I had my knee brace on because I had just come from. This is another anklet. That is so cute. And I actually have a necklace that perfectly matches this that needs to be in here. And I don't know why I didn't go get it. That I also got at Earthbound Trading Company like a bajillion years ago. But matches it. That's why I bought this. I was like, ooh, I've got a necklace that matches that. Anyway, but I was at the Costco yesterday. Because, you know, you need stuff. This is a good one. That's great. And they asked me, they were like, why you got your knee brace on? I just come from physical therapy. I go twice a week because we're trying to, you know, my old beat up Taekwondo body. She ain't what she used to be. And they're like, well, what happened? I was like, they're like, it was a war injury. And I was like, kind of. And I told them, you know, Taekwondo, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and then I hit 40 and it started bothering me. And now it's a wreck. And the checkout person was like, you're not 40. I was like, I said, oh, well, no, I'm not. I'm 43. And they were like, absolutely not. So now the checker person and the boxing person were equally aghast. Like they were serious. They were like, you're not 43. I was like, oh, but I am. Zoom in. There's a wrinkle here somewhere. So I whipped out my driver's license and showed it to them. And they were like, well, I'll be John Brown. It was funny. These I love. Aren't those great? Fun. Oh, love playing in jewelry. Love it. But this is all the jewelry you've seen so far is very much African centric. So here's my conundrum. So check this out. I'm going to move the camera. Let's hope she doesn't unclip it again like she did a second ago. So you see this? See this? So yeah, this is going to slide around. That's not great. I put this piece of foam in here to kind of help with that. But it got dislodged, so it wasn't really helping. So we're going to cut some more foam to size. So this is actual battle foam of ours. Not from the company Battle Foam. It's just, no, actually, no. This did come out of my Battle Foam box. It's in the box. It came from the box my Titan lives in. But my Titan, that box is only for my Titan. It is only for the Beta Monarchia. Nothing else lives in there. So it's, the foam is plucked to that and nothing else. So see, that is going to keep this from sliding around. This part doesn't flip up and down. So I'm not as worried about that as I am for up here. So let me shave this down to this height of the box. Let me tell you what will save you when you are moving stuff around is some daggum battle foam. Battle foam is everything. So what do we think? Oh, that feels so much more secure. So look at this. So now this just slides in right here. Not bad, huh? Y'all never thought you'd be looking at the floor of my office, did you? Cool. So now there's these drawers. These drawers are held in place when it folds over by this little clip here. But then there's this stuff. And you can see I started putting foam in there. But very loosey-goosey. So I got some cool necklaces in here that I got. These are obviously, again, it's costume jewelry, but you get the idea. I had already had this cuff, but I purchased this one as well because once I put this one on, I was like, ooh, cuffs are great. I'm not really a bracelet girly, so I'm trying to get into it. This is costume. Now, this is a mix-up. So this is very much more African themed. These are bracelets and or, no, these are earrings, actually. Oh, these are the golden earring part. Let me throw these in here. Ooh, I'm about to make a mistake. Let's put these here. Those are earrings. This is obviously of a different thing. This can go Viking or African because, I mean, the moon could be seen as, it could be seen as Arabic moon, but the color there I don't think works. So it's not just that I want to have my jewelry in here, but I need it organized to what it's for. So let's start with the cuffs because these aren't going to roll around. Yeah, see, these are in here and they're secure. Now, if I'm going to put any more jewelry in there, it needs to be stuff like this that's not going to have a problem rolling a bit. That'll work. And maybe this guy. These are big necklaces, right? So, yeah, that works. That's all we'll stick in here. Seamus, you done outdid yourself. Let me tell you. Oh, I didn't even show you all this. Look at this. I have so many things to put in my hair as like headbands. This is not garb, but I do be wearing flowers in my fro at SCA events because if you had hair like this, wouldn't you? This is fun too. It's one of those bracelet ring things. Again, not real, just costume jewelry. I'm not going to invest in the real stuff until I'm really comfortable that this kind of thing works for me. But I feel like, come on, that's a vibe. That's a whole vibe. And I love Zizit. So here's where it starts getting tricky. So I want to put more African themed stuff here like this. I've got some more earrings in here. See, I keep digging and keep finding stuff, but there's also Viking pins in there as well. So I'm thinking I might have to do this might be a couple of day project. What these are for, these are actually very important. Come here. Oh no, there we go. This earrings, I just pulled them out for SCA stuff. Want to guess how old these are? Also came from Earthbound. Bought them when I was 17. Yeah, but they work for SCA stuff. So we're going to leave those in there because that's Viking. I'm going to throw Viking stuff in here for now. Viking. We'll get to you in a minute. But these are pins for capes, for cloaks, and for like pinning wraps on like my legs. So these are actually super important. I need to get some leg wraps. If there's somebody vending them at Artsy Crown, I'll probably pick some up. But yeah, this is super important. Everybody Viking in the winter. It's cold. So another cute pair. This pair of earrings I got to go with a whole different necklace. I bought these when I was traveling, when I first started traveling for work, and I was trying to look grown because I caught my first job as a trainer at my old company. Oh, how old was I? 27-ish, 28-ish, somewhere in there. And so I was trying to be grown. So that's some of the jewelry that came, but it fits in this aesthetic very well. So it'll go in here. And like, look at these. I didn't even show you all these. Look at these. This is a pair of earrings that came from my friend who had the jewelry store that I told you about. Doesn't that look like an Arabic moon? Yes, it does. It's going in. But these are open and kind of slide around. So I was trying to make it to where these necklaces wouldn't go ching, 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 ching all the time. Because even if they aren't in this part that folds down, they still slide around a bit. So let's see here. Got this. Does that fit? So this piece fits in here perfectly. I cut that pretty well. So like something like this, you about can't break it. But stuff like this, jingle jangle, it jingly and jangly. So that guy, trying to decide what can go with what is a little difficult. But I'm thinking what I need to do is separate layers with foam. And that will keep stuff more secure. So like this is an anklet and bracelet. Let's set these to the side for now. Stuff that kind of goes together. Oh, this is a nose earring clip. I think I've got a couple of these. Yeah. This is also a nose and earring clip. I should probably go down here. Organizing jewelry is fun. Why am I doing this? Why aren't you talking about Warhammer? Because I'm a well-rounded nerd. Warhammer's not my whole life, just most of it. Just most of it. We're well-rounded nerds, friends. Let's see here. Next necklace. I really love this piece. I love this one so much. And I feel like I've got another one that comes close to it somewhere. Viking Yggdrasil necklace. She's beautiful. This one I'm probably going to take out of here. There's a couple of necklaces like this. I really love Chinese style collars for my work clothing because it goes all the way up to the neck. And for some reason, that profile looks really good on me. But I kind of bought this kind of stuff to go with those kinds. I don't think this goes in garb. I think this goes in my everyday. So this is coming out. We make edits as it goes. But Yggdrasil is just hanging out in here. Let's stick to the African jewelry first. And we'll probably put Yggdrasil and all that over here. So here's another one that I got. Again, I debated on this being garb or everyday, but I feel like it has a beautiful hang to it. It's very long, and I'm very tall, so that can give me a really good look. So we're going to call this garb. I want to put it in with this one because it'll get tangled up, so we're going to stick it over here. We'll get to the Viking stuff in a minute. So is there anything I can put in there with it that won't? Probably not. I keep finding earrings. You don't need that many earrings. Nope, sure don't. Sure don't. And here we are. None of this is about need. It's all about want. So I've got these cool anklets / bracelets. I think I'm going to let them live together over here because they're not going to get tangled up. They're so short. So let's put foam on top of these. Where'd my foam go? I'm coming for you, Yggdrasil. Just hang out. Yeah, that'll work. So cut your foam. My foam, cut your foam. You're not doing this. To the right size, that'll work. Keeping things neat and secure. So now I can lay something on top of this. This is probably too big. But this one will fit just nicely. So now it can live on top. And this won't slide around, feel jumbled or anything. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Uh-oh, what have I done? Uh-oh, I think I put these on the wrong side. Uh-oh, I'm sliding stuff into the wrong spots. Yeah, put it back where it went. There you go. Haha, that's how that works. So there's this one, and I got a couple more things that need to go in. So let's secure this necklace. Beautiful. And actually what I think I want to do is cut a piece of foam to go over the whole top of this. Yeah. Because what I'm going to put in there next, I don't want it getting tangled. Don't you love my little projects? Real-time nerdity matters. I think it's important to show people what it takes to do hobbies. Like, not just the, like, oh, it was fun. Like, yeah, it was fun and it was work. Let's see. Let's lay this down flat. Ooh, that's what I need. Yeah. Yeah. If you know where that came from, you are my people. We watch the same stuff. Yeah, that's... this needs to be cut this way. Wonder if I can do that. We'll find out. But I think real-time hobbying is important. You have to edit for time or people aren't going to watch your videos or engage with your content. But sometimes I'm just like, look, this was work. I should be using my utility scissors, but these were the scissors that were handy. I'm in the process of painting our game room. I spent the better half of the evening clearing that room out, so now I just wanted to have fun so I can paint it. Because we have shelves that are going to be coming soon. There we go. So I need to have that room ready for that. So this can go here. Oh my god, I'm so happy. It's the little things. And we're just going to put a little piece in here to keep them separate. Yay! Oh my god, y'all, it's a little stuff. Look, everybody that has me hobbies in me, I understand that. People be commenting, how do you have time for all this? I get bored. I'm one of those people that if I don't have something to do, I will find something to do. That's just how I am. All right. And there we go. Beautiful. I love that. Isn't that great? So that's all my African garb jewelry that I have found so far. I'm going to bring my camera back up to me. So y'all aren't going to watch me do the rest of this because y'all seen the other jewelry because I've already done a video on that. But I just wanted to have a little fun with jewelry and talk about SCA stuff again because I'm kind of like real SCA right now. Husband and I have been quietly painting together for the past few nights. Sometimes I film shorts on that versus whole videos. It just depends because painting is something we do a lot together. So not always my painting time is video time. But yeah, so just to recap as far as my next attempt to give something away, I've attempted giveaways 3 times. It's never worked out. We're going to try again. If y'all get me to 7,500 by NashCon, which is in August. I believe it's the second weekend in August. I am creating a scenario for NashCon to do intro games into Aeronautica Imperialis. I'm going to be printing the things for that. I'm going to print scenery and paint it. I'm going to print new planes and paint them. You cannot have my Necrons. I'm talking about the new stuff that I print. You can't have my Necrons. You can't have my Eldar. Don't ask for those. You can't have Pinka, okay? Pinka stays with me. This is the new stuff I'm printing just for this event. I'm going to give that away because it'll already be painted, already be done. Hi, baby. Is that mommy doggy? Is that that's my baby. It's Charlie. Hi, you can't lick my face. Don't lick me in the face. That's nasty. You a good puppy. You ain't sassy. You don't lick me in the face. That's nasty. His tail put my tail. Whoa, he need lovin's. You need lovin's. Yes, you do. So that'll be for 7,500 subscribers. And if we can get to 10,000 by Christmas, I had printed an OPR set. Like it's printed, it's just not painted, with 2 sets of figures. He's so cute. He has taken to me so quickly. Isn't he cute? You're famous. You're gonna be famous, doggy. You're gonna be famous, doggy. If you don't talk to your animal in baby talk, I don't trust you. You know, right? Don't bark in my ear. I love you. We get to 10,000 by Christmas, which is possible. Then that OPR set I printed with all the tokens, 2 sides, the whole thing. Yes, I know. I'll paint it. It won't just be a set. I'll paint the set. And that will be the Christmas prize if we make it to 10,000. I think that's fair. 7,500 and 10,000. Come on, y'all, we can do it. And I like giving stuff away. The only way it'll be comment contest. And this is gonna be my 4th time trying to give stuff away. So come on, y'all, let's do it. Do it for the doggy. Do it for Charlie. Do it for Charlie. Don't y'all want Charlie to be happy? Don't you? Yes. You my baby. You mommy baby. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, I love you too. I love you too. Okay, the Pokums wants attentions, so he gets the attentions. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna go play with my doggo.